Hey everyone, Wade Vander, Molen here with Pruitt Title and DCTitleGuide.com, and today I want to tell you a story. So if you've been following my journey on my website and through my YouTube channel since 2012, you may look at me in a certain way, right? You may think that I'm successful, or I've always been successful, or I got answers, and I do have answers, but you know what? For every person that you see, realtor, lender, title, that they look a certain way on social media or on video or etc., they've gone through a lot of crap, okay, to get to that point. At one point, they weren't successful. At one point in time, they didn't know very much. At one point in time, maybe they were humiliated. They were made fun of, right? Some negative things happened to them, and they grew through that uncomfortable situation and became a better person, a better realtor, lender, title, whatever. And this story is one of those. So back in 2006, I was about 1 year into the title business. My company, Capital Title, which was one of the largest companies in Phoenix, Arizona at the time, we had a lot of clients. And one of our clients was a guy who specialized in doing real estate for athletes. Okay, so Arizona Cardinals, Phoenix Suns, other celebrity type people, and he sold their houses, and he was the man. And he was the man so much that if you asked him about it, he would tell you. Okay, if that gives you any indication of what this guy was about. He was not my client, he was a client of the branch. I was just happy to kind of be there, and I was still not really knowing very much, that long into the business. Anyway, one day he closed several transactions with us, all in the millions of dollars. One of them was a Arizona Cardinal football player's big mansion. And back then, because we didn't have Facebook and Instagram and all this other stuff, one way for us to get in front of agents was to physically drive the closing packages with the checks to the real estate office. So then you would get by the front desk girl to physically deliver all of that stuff to the realtor. And then when you were done, you could walk around the real estate office and see all the other realtors and say hi and check them out and talk to them and go after your prospects and set up future meetings and all that sort of thing. So deals closed. My branch manager says, hey Wade, wouldn't it be great if you could go to this office and deliver those checks and deliver the closing packages to that realtor? So I said yes, because I want to get in front of other realtors if I do this. So I get in the car and I'm driving. A few minutes into driving, phone rings, branch manager, and she says, Wade, are you at the real estate office yet? And I said, no. Why, what's going on? And she says, well, the agent wants to know if you can please go to McDonald's and get for him a number 2 with a small Coke. What? Yes. She wanted me, because he called her, to go to McDonald's to buy him a meal. I had probably $150,000 in commission packages in my car for him. I was humiliated, I felt terrible, I was pissed off, I was angry, and I went back and forth with her and I said, no way. This is ridiculous. This is a grown man. I got $150,000 in checks with me that are for him. He can get his own food, okay? So she said, listen, it's in the best interest of the branch, and I know that if you don't do it, he's going to scream at me and blah, blah, blah. So finally, I agreed. I relented, knowing it was in the best interest of the branch, and she also agreed to put my name on the next 2 files, which was helpful, but didn't help too much because I still felt humiliated. So I arrive at the real estate office, and I get there, and I give him his closing packages, I give him his money, and he takes it and just blindly throws it into a drawer, takes my food and starts eating it and acts like I gave him maybe a promo flyer, right, to an event. $150,000 in a drawer, didn't have a lock on it, whatever. And at that moment, I thought to myself, man, one, what kind of job am I in? And secondly, never again am I going to put myself in a position where I feel like this. Right? I felt humiliated, I felt 2 feet tall, I felt unappreciated, I felt like I knew where my place was in the hierarchy of the business, right? I clearly wasn't seen as an equal in any way. I clearly was seen as having little to no value in the job. I was a runner, an order taker, I was a gopher, I was a nobody, right? And at that point in time, I said, I'm going to add value, I'm going to grow a business, I'm going to learn stuff, I'm going to become smarter, I'm going to become better, because if he thinks of me this way, maybe other people think the same way. And I don't want that, ever. And I can tell you that feeling still remains inside of me. I know how I felt on that day. And I still remember the story, obviously clear as day. That was 2006, this is 2023. So I want you to know that if you're having doubts in your business, if you don't feel great, if you're in a low point, or you think you don't have enough value, just know that we've all been there. I've been there. And there is opportunity for you to grow, whether it's through learning other skills, whether it's through coaching and mentorship, or whatever that is. So I'm Wade Vander. I have a Pruitt title, and if you're having problems in your business and if you're struggling, I invite you to fill out this form below if you're on my website, dctitleguide.com, or just reach out to me directly if you're watching this on YouTube, and let's have a conversation about your business, what I can do to help, if coaching might be the right fit for you to get you where you need to go. Thanks for listening.